Vern, I believe you have one final thing.
Yeah, I've got one final thing. Your list started with a movie. My list is going to end with a movie.
Loving it.
It's going to end with two movies because I cannot. They both. It's not fair to compare them. They both did very different things. Well, they both made me cry, but they both made me cry in different ways.
Sure.
Just two movies that were very big and very important for me this year. A shared number one spot on my favorite movies of the year list. Licorice Pizza and Pig.
Two movies. Those are both in my top 4.
Yeah.
For this year. But please elaborate on these great films.
We'll go chronologically. Pig.
Sure.
That was the one that came out first.
Indeed. The surprise of the year, I think, for myself at least.
Yes. It was a thing where I went to go see that one in theaters because I thought no one in the land of Mormons would want to go see a movie where Nicolas Cage loses a pig. And I was right. But just like the good twin of Mandy... Just like
sure.
Another movie where Nicolas Cage loses something and grieves something, but he responds very differently than he does in Mandy. This movie was not a living nightmare through the entire duration of it.
The opposite, in fact.
Yeah, the complete opposite. Rarely, I don't know if it's the first, and it may not be the first, but it's the first movie I've seen that was like a revenge movie where the weapons were empathy.
Right, I think most of us expected this to be John Wick with Nicolas Cage, right? We all expected it, like in the post John Wick era, where like, oh, Bob Odenkirk is doing his John Wick now, and we expect that, and that is not what this movie is. At all. It seems like it's going to be for a minute, especially when they get to like the Fight Club for kitchen staff. But it's really not what the movie is. It's about like healing and healing through food and healing through human connection and the grief we can't let go. Yes.
And then just like it's an amazing, I don't want to call it a trick doesn't feel fair, but like it's an amazing stunt. It's an amazing thing this movie does where like at the very last second right before the credits start you realize what the pig means and that it wasn't about the pig, and the way they do that, the way they execute that, just like y'all like weeping in a face mask is the least pleasurable experience you'll ever endure. Just especially if you're like me, where you snot when you cry. But I just wept in that movie theater whenever it finally revealed that it's not about the pig. Just an amazing trick, and like Nicolas Cage has become a meme, and we've forgotten that like. Whenever he is not making a movie to fund his pyramid that he's going to be buried in New Orleans, whenever he's not making like his like I gotta pay my taxes movie, whenever he's trying, like he's the best actor in the world. And Pig is one of those movies where he's trying. He's doing one for the craft, and it's just a phenomenal movie. Not getting too into it, but like, I don't know. As a person who is exploring and trying to find healing from grief, it's nice to see a movie that does that very well.
Yeah.
Pig, tied with Licorice Pizza, a completely different movie.
Yes, Pig, streaming now on Hulu. If anyone wants to check out Pig, you can just log into your Hulu, watch Pig. It's under 2 hours. Just dive on in.
Totally worth it.
Very different movie than
Licorice Pizza,
your other movie, which I think like is like the best movie I saw this year, warts and all, but
yes,
I just had to give it up for French Dispatch for reasons I could not fully understand.
I totally understand, and I've seen like maybe 1% of the movies that came out this year. I tried to get the big heavy hitters, and even then I failed. But Licorice Pizza, like, there's a lot of discourse surrounding Licorice Pizza. Indeed. And I want to say I totally get it. But
yeah, I do.
The thing that I keep thinking about whenever and I've been trying so hard to put into words like what this movie meant to me and what it did for me, and I'm still failing, but one thing that keeps coming into my brain and that I keep saying to myself, no one has ever really grown up. And this whole movie, Licorice Pizza, the entire cast, every single character in that movie, not just Alana Haim and Cooper Hoffman, but also Sean Penn, but also Tom Waits, but also John Michael Higgins, everyone in that movie. Bradley Cooper. They are all cosplaying as grown-ups. They're all acting like their idea of what a grown-up is instead of actually behaving like actual grown-ups. And so with that, like, I don't want to say that excuses the some of the questionable stuff in the movie, but there's a difference between like understandable and acceptable, and I understand why everyone does the things they do, even the problematic things that they do in this movie, because they're a bunch of children, and even the adults are children.
Yeah.
And just that really resonated with me, just that we're all trying and failing to be grown up and be mature. That really resonated with me. And the other thing that really resonated with me about that movie is just like so much of childhood, but also so much of like just life in general is like things that, like, when they happen, as they're happening, are the biggest thing in the world and the most important thing in the world, and then eventually they just kind of like peter out and you don't even think about them anymore. And like, I've never seen a movie execute that as well as I've seen Licorice Pizza. It's in any other movie, I think like that those just feel like dropped plot lines and dangling participles, but in this it's just like, it just really felt like all the, those so many things that I've had in my life were like, as it was happening, it was the most important thing, and the emotions surrounding it were so intense. But then just one day, it's not a thing anymore, and we've moved on to the next thing. And spoilers for Licorice Pizza. There's one point in the movie where like John Peters is the scariest man in the world, and then we just forget about him. And it's just nothing.
It's a movie of little chapters. It's a movie of just these little vignette stories. And the through line is the relationship between our two leads. Now, Vern, I can't believe you'd admit to being a pervert on this podcast. I can't, by liking Licorice Pizza, you're admitting to being a pervert and a racist because you liked a piece of fiction, and I can't believe that from you. I really can't. I thought I knew you. You're disgusting because you condone everything that occurs in the film Licorice Pizza. How dare you?
Yes.
And Paul Thomas Anderson did not come out before the movie and explain that he doesn't like everything that happens in the movie. He didn't do that. And honestly,
and shame on him.
And shame on him, and shame on you for enjoying it. Because how dare you get caught liking bad art? You can't do that. You should trust all the people that haven't seen Licorice Pizza who condemning it outright.
And it's a thing where just like, as I said, I get it. But another thing to consider, and I don't think folks consider, is that like at no point in the movie does the movie like portray John Michael Higgins as being right.
Nope.
Like, they make him out right away to be a fool and an idiot, a stupid person.
We see how the various people in the scene react to what he's doing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They react in a way where at first, like, hey, this is bad and unacceptable behavior. But John Michael Higgins does not get it because he's not a grown-up. He's a child.
He's a child. He's a little child.
And
he's wearing a suit, but he's a child.
Yes, and I understand that, like, the age gap might make folks uncomfortable, and those same folks will talk about how uncomfortable it makes them and then go home and watch their favorite movie, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. But
Vern, you got him. Vern, you fucking got him.
But the thing is, neither person in that relationship is mature. They're both children. And one might have on her record more years. They may have logged more years, but they both act equally childish. And also, like, I think this movie does a really good job of depicting that, like, we're all in different places as far as our growing up goes. And there's some days where we're the most responsible, mature people in the world, and there's some days where we're not. And it's, I don't know. I think the movie just did an excellent job depicting that. And again,
the movie is not salacious. It is not
no.
playing with taboos like on the front page of Pornhub. You know, like it is not. Like it's not. It's
not that.
It is not what people on TikTok that have not seen it, that are critiquing it, call it to be. And honestly, you know, Licorice Pizza is a hero for absorbing all this same discourse that should have been leveled at, like, Red Rocket, but nobody knew about that movie. So, like, Licorice Pizza, that meme of the troop taking all the knives for the person who's sleeping in the bed. That's Licorice Pizza, and Red Rocket is sleeping in the bed. It is what it is. It's art. It's fiction. I don't know what to tell everyone. And listen, if you just can't get over that, I do understand. Like, I don't think you're being unreasonable, but I would also encourage people to watch the fucking movie before they outright condemn it, because it is not what you think it is.
The art that resonates the most with me is the art that, like, I can see myself in, that, like, reflects a feeling or an emotion or whatever that I've had or I've held or that I'm currently holding. And, like, Licorice Pizza is super messy, but life is super messy.
Life is messy, like a slice of licorice pizza.
Yes. So, what you said was, like, I totally understand if reading about it or seeing, even if you see the movie and it makes you feel icky. I get it. But for me, just, like, I see the ickiness, but it reflects my own ickiness, I guess. And, like, I recognize that the movie is messy and I'm messy and that we're all messy, and that's kind of what makes life beautiful. Is like the titular Licorice Pizza, like an LP, like the soundtrack of this movie. There's all sorts of different flavors and different styles and different genres.
What a soundtrack!
And you know, like, you wouldn't think that Bing Crosby fits hand in hand with, like, The Doors, but the movie makes it happen because that's what life is a messy concoction of feelings and textures and emotions and feelings and all this stuff that separately don't work but together do.
And honestly, bonus points to Licorice Pizza for actually including the song from the trailer in the movie.
Yes.
Which I always love when, you know, because these trailers, they start to associate in your mind a movie with a song, and then you watch the movie and you're like, that song wasn't in the movie. That song wasn't in the movie. And this time it was.
Where the Wild Things Are dilemma.
The old Where the Wild Things Are dilemma. The old... I don't know. The old Mission Impossible Fallout dilemma. Wolf of Wall Street dilemma. It's classic, and it's tough. And thank you, Licorice Pizza, or thank you, the makers of the trailer, for using a song that they knew was actually in Licorice Pizza. I'm just saying, if you're going to put an iconic, a weird orchestral version of Four Non-Blondes in the trailer for the Resident Evil movie, then that song better appear in the movie. Okay?
Word up.
Word up. Hey, at least White Rabbit is in Matrix Resurrections, not just in the trailer. So, perfect. Exactly. So, great. And that concludes Vern's list.
That's my list.
We've
and
heard
you
everything.
Have one, don't you?
I still have one.
That's right. Okay.
I still have one piece. Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh. Of course. How did I not see this?
Of course you should have seen it coming, Vern. Because I, you know me, I am a comic reader. I am a former comic shop employee. Since October 2019, essentially every single day, I have read one chapter of Ichiro Oda's seminal manga, One Piece. I am in the late 400s. Now, there are currently well over 1,000 chapters of One Piece. This guy's been going for a long time. And the One Piece that I am up to is by no means the One Piece that came out in 2021. There was One Piece that came out in 2021. I will not get there for a couple years. Even if I read One Piece again every single day, it's still going to take me a while. But my One Piece reading mission is not any sort of I need to get caught up. It is so nice to have, and I have a little tablet. I got it for free with 2 cell phones ago. They just threw in a tablet, and I was like, sure. Why not? And it essentially only exists for me to read comics on it. I have the Marvel Unlimited app, and I have Viz Media, which is a manga production company primarily, and for $2 per month, you get the entire catalog of most iconic manga. It's like unbelievable what you get for $2 per month on the Viz Media app. Every chapter of One Piece, including brand new ones, you could read all of fucking Dragon Ball if you wanted. You could read all of fucking Naruto, all these super long mangas. That's where I found great ones like Spy Family, which is like currently my favorite manga. That's where I read all of Chainsaw Man on there. Had a great time.
That's a cool title.
Yeah, exactly. Cool guy, Chainsaw Man. And there's so little in life right now that is consistent. These are, I don't know if anyone's brought this up, these are unprecedented times. Life feels so uncertain right now. And so to have this sort of daily check-in.
Oh, very nice.
Where I can go visit the Straw Hat Pirates aboard the Merry-Go or the Thousand Sunny in this incredible comics. Really one of the best things I've ever read. Like, the arc I'm currently in, it goes from like, oh, I'm really enjoying this, to this is probably one of the best comics I've ever experienced. And there's so much of it, but Oda Sensei draws, his art is unbelievable. It's like cartoony, but it's so expressive, it's so kinetic. You really fall in love with like all of the characters on board this little pirate ship. It's just so excellent, and the world is so big and so bountiful, and I don't really know like all the rules of what's happening there, but it's so fun to explore. There's creativity around every corner, just showing you the most bizarre looking people on these crazy islands with all their own rules, and it's just truly something to behold, having read almost 500 chapters of it, entering now, I started in October 2020, not 2019, in 2020, so now I am entering like my second year of reading One Piece, and I won't get caught up for another couple years, but it's I'm not looking forward to being caught up. I like having, much like the pirates, that star in One Piece. Having this big blue ocean to explore before me is not daunting. It's reassuring. It's promising. This is always gonna be there when I need it every day, and that is beautiful to me. So that is why
that's really cool.
One Piece is maybe my favorite thing of 2021.
That's really cool, and I really admire your commitment, and also like I never thought of it that way. I've heard about One Piece for so long now, and the only feeling I've ever felt towards it is intimidation. But that recontextualization of it that you just said, that like it's always going to be there for you, is really neat, and that's a really cool way of looking at it, Kev.
Thank you. I think there's so much, in this binging era, there's so much build up to this idea of like, oh, I gotta get caught up. I gotta watch all 3 seasons of Succession in a weekend so I can be caught up. We are
the completionist mindset.
Right. And that is how you get daunted by, I see people do it all the time where they ask me like, where do I start in comics? It's so big, it's so vast, like it's so intimidating. And I'm like, you're thinking about it wrong. The goal is never to be caught up. You're never going to do it, right? It's impossible. Especially, Spider-Man has existed for 60 years. You're never going to get caught up on Spider-Man unless you decide that is all you're doing now. It's just reading Spider-Man, binging Spider-Man, right? You'll never run out of it. And that is what is beautiful about it. You will never be caught up. And that is okay. If I showed you how many podcasts I am subscribed to, it would shock you. It would, like, your bones would fall out of your body. It would be uncomfortable. It's too many. But I don't want to be caught up, because then I'm out, and like obviously they keep putting out more, but like, no, I like having 100 episodes of Doughboys I haven't heard yet, because then I have that much more Doughboys to look forward to. I am not out of Doughboys. There are very few podcasts that I am caught up on, because I don't care to be caught up. That's not why I'm here. It's not why I'm doing what I'm doing.
That's a really interesting mindset, Kev. I like that.
Thank you. If I run out, I'm taking my time with Joe Pera Talks With You, because I don't want to be out of Joe Pera.
Well, and that's also a great show to take your time with.
Absolutely.
It's a nice, cozy, easy listening show, and that's something that you wanna take your time with. And yeah, like I've binged things before, and I don't do it now, and part of the reason it's if I like a thing, I want to spend as much time with it as possible, and I know, like, I binged Fargo season 2, and I know Fargo season 2 is great, but I can remember highlights from it, and I don't remember it as vividly as I remember season 1 that I took my time with,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to in this world gone mad where everything is so fast all the time, like, it's nice to savor something.
Absolutely. It's nice that it's like, I'm not trying to slam, I'm playing Dragon Quest XI right now. When you hopped on this call earlier, that's what I was doing. A huge 100-hour JRPG. But those 100-hour runtimes are not intimidating to me, because I'm not really trying to finish it. Eventually I will. But it's nice that it's like, oh, I still have more Dragon Quest, and there's more Dragon Quest to play. And eventually I'll be out of Dragon Quest, and there are plenty of games waiting for me on the other side of that. But I'm not intimidated, because the goal is not really to finish, even though, yes, eventually I will finish. It's just like, I still have this thing. Or like The Witcher Season 2 dropped on Netflix last month, right? And we are covering that for the other podcast, Advanced Media Studies. And I'm very glad that I have this excuse to take that show 1 or 2 episodes at a time instead of binging all 8 episodes. And then it's like, well, another year or 2 until I have more of this, I guess.
Yeah.
And letting something become part of your life, letting these stories, letting these characters become part of your life is part of why they mean so much. And if I just had a weekend where I just like, oh, and now I'm out of Witcher, what would that mean? And I wouldn't remember what happened. If I did it all in a weekend, I'll forget all of it by the time the next show comes out, you know?
As you know, as anyone who knows me knows, I'm a huge fan of Twin Peaks. And whenever I found out that season 3 was coming, I'm the only person in the world who's a Twin Peaks fan that reacted this way, but I was terrified. Yeah. I was so scared.
I think rational people are like, I just don't want them to like mess this up, man. I still like, yes. What if it's bad?
That was a big thing, but also like, you know, and I wasn't, you know, I was barely alive when Twin Peaks first came on, but there was a 5-year gap as opposed to a 25-year gap between whenever I saw the end of Fire Walk with Me and beginning of Twin Peaks Return. But I really enjoyed that 5 years where I just got to think about Twin Peaks and wonder what was going to happen next, and think about those characters and wonder what was going to happen, and all, you know, everything. I just liked being with them on that journey. And whenever I found out there was going to be some sort of finality and some sort of like, hey, no matter whatever it is you thought, here's what has actually happened next. Like, that was a terrifying prospect for me.
Yeah.
And I'm very fortunate in that, like, everything played out better than expected, and everything panned out. But I don't know, it's just, it's nice to, as you said, it's like to have that with you and to know that's not going anywhere, and to be able to savor it. And then, you know, Twin Peaks The Return was perfect because whenever it came out, they did one a week, and I could still have that kind of like slow, and, you know, like I was having dreams near the end of, you know, the end of those 18 episodes. I was having dreams about what was going to happen next, and that was a lovely and comforting feeling to like, I'm gonna go to bed tonight and I'm gonna get more Twin Peaks.
In my dreams. Thank you, David.
Yeah, and I'm gonna think about it, and I don't know. It's because we like these characters, because we like The Witcher, because we like Dale Cooper, because we like Johnny One Piece. Like,
my favorite character.
It's cool. Like, you want to spend as much time with these people you like as possible. So
that's right. And the longer you spend with them, the slower you take it, the less you have to go like, oh, I have to wait for the next one. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's great. And hey, I'll get to that Twin Peaks: The Return eventually. Starting up that podcast on the Patreon, patreon.com/TV's Kevin. It's coming. We recorded the pilot episode, so it's coming. That's a fucking threat. So that concludes KeVern's favorite things of 2021. This might very well be a 3-parter. I knew it would take a while. We're chatty Cathys,
and I'm okay with that. And also good problem to have a lot of good things to talk about.
Yeah, even in this, you know, people call it a dumpster fire of a year. You know, it's not. There were a lot of things about this year that were not very fun. But there are good things. And I'm not telling everyone to not feel the bad things, obviously.
This year was a row of dumpsters, and only a handful of them were on fire. But there were some dumpsters that the fire has not spread to them yet, you know? And you can savor all the stuff in those dumpsters.
For sure. And, you know, will there be a KeVern's favorite things of 2022? I don't know. kind of just wanted to talk to Vern, wanted a topic, and I was like, I don't know, let's list some things we like. Let's talk about things, because it's easy to talk about things that suck. Yes. I do it all the time. I do it constantly. So it's nice to talk about things that I like, and maybe recommend some nice things to our nice listeners.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So from
There's
all of
good
us
out there, folks.
Yeah, for all of us here at KeVern, you know, take care of yourselves and each other. I'm stealing Jerry Springer's sign off. He's not on TV anymore, and I'm just gonna make it mine. actually.
Jerry.
So funny that was his sign off. So funny. And I know that the Comedy Bang Bang Best ofs also talked about this year. I was doing it before them. Okay? I was doing the Jerry Springer sign off before them. There's audio evidence, you can go find it. Okay? So I did not rip them off. I love them dearly.
They're wonderful people.
They're wonderful people. I love listening to 12 hours of them talking in the last 2 weeks of the year every year. Love a best of episode that doesn't even get to the first clip for half an hour.
Hell yeah.
Love them. Could listen to them endlessly. And but anyway, yeah, go listen to Comedy Bang Bang. That's another one.
Another good thing of 2021.
That's another good thing.
And every year.
That's one of my favorite Christmas traditions is hanging out with Paul and Scott as they tell me the number 15 best Comedy Bang Bang clip of the year.
You know, earlier I was talking about Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and one of the things that's been nice about playing it this year is like they've got 2 talk radio stations that you can listen to, and it's all, you know. But I was just like, hey, this is probably where I started loving comedy podcasts. This is probably like,
yeah.
This is the seed that grew into me being a Comedy Bang Bang nerd.
Yep. I used to just completely not understand why my dad listened to talk radio in the car constantly.
Same.
And now look at me.
Me with your dad. But also me with my dad.
Yeah, I always thought that about Kevin's dad all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I get it. It's lovely listening to people talk about something they enjoy.
Yeah.
And so hopefully this was the same thing for you guys listening right now.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll do some more KeVern here in the year of our Lord 2022.
I'd like that.
I like it. I like doing it. But you know, it was sometimes scheduling mental health. It was hard.
Yes.
But now I do not record in a room that I share with my ex-wife. So I have more time and freedom to record.
Hey,
baby. Sometimes I go like, should I stop doing like podcasts? Should I like commit full time to putting out like video projects and stuff? I like podcasts too much to quit. I enjoy it too much.
If it makes you happy, why stop?
Why stop? I can do both.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Just like me.
Hey!
This has been a Talkback Podcast.